Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to introduce you to this thing that's just come into my possession through the post today. This was sent to me by Mr. Roger Butnell of Fylde Guitars. The reason being, the other day I posted on social media for recommendations from people for a quiet guitar that I could play in the evenings, basically, and not disturb the dog when he's asleep. So I had various suggestions were presented, silent guitars that are available on the market. Some I was aware of and others I wasn't. Someone suggested, what about an old electric guitar? I've got a Telecaster which I use. The trouble with that, unplugged, the trouble with that is it doesn't play like an acoustic, and I want to be able to play with my regular style and technique, but very, very quietly without having to make any compromises on how I'm actually physically playing. So then on said social media thread, Roger himself posted that he'd made this thing about 20 years ago just for fun, and sent me a picture of it, and it was this, or rather the middle portion of it without these wings, and would I like it? Would it serve the purpose? So I said, yeah, that would be amazing, because it's essentially a Fylde with a Fylde neck. It plays like a Fylde, it feels like a Fylde, only it's really, really small and really, really quiet. Ideal. The only thing that was missing, and which I sort of tentatively suggested might be achievable, was fashioning something that would put back in the contact points that were missing. I don't know if you've seen those sort of Martin backpacker guitars, which they work fine, but they're very small, similar, I suppose, in size and shape to this, but they're quite hard. They're quite hard to play because they don't sit very well on your body. So because they've got these contact points missing. So Roger suggested, why not draw around the template of a Fylde Goodfellow, which is the model of Fylde I regularly use. Cut out a template that's the same shape as the Fylde Goodfellow and just hack off the bits that aren't required, thereby saving size and weight. And then, hey presto, we've got a bit that sits on your leg and a bit that sits on your arm like this, and it does exactly what I need it to do. And the other thing is, it sustains really, really well. As I say, it's extremely quiet. That was the brief, but it just feels like a Fylde. I couldn't be more pleased with it, really. We wanted a name for it, or rather I did. All of the Fyldes that exist are named after Shakespearean characters. So the best I could come up with was the Fylde Lavinia. Although it's a bit tragic because Lavinia, this character from Titus Andronicus, quite a violation befell her, and involving, amongst other things, the removal of her tongue. But I thought that was the best I could come up with because it's silent, or very, very quiet. So not sure that quite works, but it's best I can manage. But anyway, this is, as working title, the Fylde Lavinia. Couldn't be more pleased with it. Yeah, welcome home, Lavinia.